Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya. Same as Naya. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing good. This video is really very interesting and you really must say it. And Crystal Black is actually saying that she stand with white women when it comes to D and C. You all already know why she said that. I mean, there are some things I can explain. There are some things I cannot explain. You just listen to the video and make it make sense. Make sense out of it because trust me, she is absolutely speaking the truth. The fact that some of them are saying this policy and knowing that this policy is absolutely going to be very horrible or going to work against them, how do you wake up to tell a woman what to do with her body? How do you tell a woman that probably went through a grave? How do you tell somebody that went through something bad, and you telling the person you have to really have that child? I mean, nothing is going, that kind of story and all that. I mean, the trauma that comes with all that. I think it's really, really very sad in 2024 that people are going to dictate what happens to a woman's body and all that. And then, I mean, you can also understand why she connected this with DNC, especially when it comes to incest. I hope you know what I am saying. I mean, the truth is that majority of also the white that also come out on the internet to tell you that I am voting for this person because this person can take us to a better position, take us make things happen for us. Do not be surprised that some of them are also swinging to another side. Don't trust them, actually. Let's get into this.
How did white people call African people three-fifths of a human being when African people are the only full Homo sapien people? Also, I watched that interview with Taylor Swift where she talked about Tennessee values aren't like that because she lives in Tennessee. African Americans, because of the grape during slavery, have some Neanderthal, but less than white people. But the white folk claim that we corrupt their DNA when mixed with them. But y'all gave us the Neanderthal. So in fact, you corrupted our DNA. They found an early full Homo sapien black man in Europe with blue eyes, they assume. So essentially that's where blue eyes came from. In fact, if you scratch off the melanin on our brown eyes, there's actually blue under it, which brings up 2 points. Number one, blue eyes are recessive, meaning, and scientifically, go look it up on research articles. Blue eyes is usually an indicator of some incest. My second thing is, how can white people be the dominant race when their genes are so easily overwritten because they're recessive? My youngest was actually born with blue eyes, but as time went on, they're now like a dark hazel color, so brown. Also, how is it that y'all are superior when y'all had to come to Africa to figure out that the world was not flat? You went to Africa to learn astronomy, science, medicine, how to read, math, irrigation systems, not to just throw shit and piss out of your window into the street. No, what y'all think is superior is the fact that you had superior weapons. And the reason we didn't have guns, because we were more focused on scientific endeavors. Yeah, we had weapons, but the only reason that you need something like a gun is to take out a lot of people during that time. Your minds were already on genocide, on conquering for nothing but resources when you could just negotiate with those people, when you could barter. That doesn't make you smarter. In fact, it's the opposite, because you had to take by force things that you could never do on your own. 10 out of fucking 10. Well, hello there. I stand with white women. They deserve the right to abortion. They deserve to be able to get rid of the clump of cells that one day would turn into a police officer or a meth head. For too long, white women have been forced to birth these pathetic white children. Day after day, month after month, year after year, incest after incest. These white women have been forced to birth these pathetic ass children. And I say no. And that's why I'm voting for Kamala. That's the only reason they're voting for Kamala. We need more white women brave enough to stop passing on their Neanderthal DNA. So this election, you know who I'll be voting for. Kamala means no more thin lips, no more narrow, under-evolved noses. The smell, eliminated from the planet. No more begging to go to the fucking cookout. No more apology videos from white people saying they weren't the same person as they were 2 weeks ago. They'd never say nigger now. No more white people with dreads, white men with colds, white men taking up space at black barbershops. No more poverty-ridden hillbillies in dirty white shirts with the American flag on the front, really stretched out in the belly area. No more hearing, well, my family didn't own slaves. That's embarrassing. They couldn't afford not one slave. I keep that to myself. Not even one. I don't care if you're purple, green, or silver. They always name colors. They always say non-human shades of colors. Who's purple, green, and silver? Do they see colors differently than we do? Are we the purple ones to them? The Republicans, the raccoons, the cocoons are gonna have a fit. What we're supposed to do without Massa? The last president who was an actor was Reagan. That's who they loved. When they talk about going back to the good old days, they're talking about the Reagan era. Reagan who dropped off the drugs in the black neighborhoods and the guns, the CIA hated black people, yada, yada, yada. That's who they compare Donald Trump to. And they're fucking right. He too is an actor with a failed career. So yes, white women, I stand with you. Let's eliminate this problem. 10 out of fucking 10.
Hey, white women, people of color, and everyone in the LGBTQIA community are wondering why white women vote against themselves, vote against their own bodies, and vote against their own equality with men. And I tell them that they have absolutely no idea how deeply the river of fear-based indoctrination flows in the Southern Christian Church. It's scary. I watched it my entire life. I mean, at least once a year, and I don't know if this was because women were acting up behind the scenes or whatever, but at least once a year, there was a sermon that's whole purpose was to explain to us why it was a glorious, glorious thing to be submissive to our husbands. Submissive. Didn't matter if your husband is the dumbest asshole in 3 counties. Doesn't matter if he's abusive, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they have an addiction of any kind that they refuse to address and take care of for your family. Doesn't matter if they're an embezzler, if they're a thief, if they are anything, literally. You are to listen to that dumbass. You are to listen to that man regardless of if he has a good character or has proven that he can lead or not. You're just supposed to And, this isn't just adults sitting in congregation. This is while the children are in the room. So little girls and little boys are sitting there listening. Little boys are hearing, oh, I'm in charge of women. And little girls are hearing, oh, they're in charge of me. And in order to be a good girl and get a pat on the head from daddy and to find the best husband ever, I need to show just how subservient I can be. And standing up and getting out of it is difficult. That's what I tell these people. That we are very actively don't think we should have rights to our own bodies, and that we have been so deeply brainwashed that we are a danger to ourselves. And I see it every day. And it's really, really upsetting. And I know how I'm viewed in my community, and I'm a hysterical woman, I'm crazy, I'm over-opinionated, but I'm not. I was just smart enough to get out because I think for myself.
All right, this video is for you Republican women out there. Me and you need to have a fucking talk, and we need to discuss why exactly are you a Republican? Because these people don't like you. They haven't liked you for a very long time. You've never been an equal, and you never will be. For example, 1974, right? Most states required men to co-sign for you or your daughters to be able to take out a credit card or some kind of contract. And then the Republicans voted against the Equal Credit Act. In 1978, when it was perfectly legal to fire you ladies for just becoming pregnant, Republicans then voted against the Pregnancy Act. In 1980, when men routinely groped and sexually harassed you with impunity, with no fucking backlash, not being reprimanded in any fucking which way, Republicans voted against a bill that would have allowed you to report sexual harassment in the workplace. And then in 1994, as news about domestic violence became a widespread mainstream issue, and right-wing radio hosts were literally talking about how men should have the right to be able to rape their wives, Republicans voted against the Violence Against Women Act. In 2012, when it became widespread knowledge, a mainstream talking point that women weren't getting paid as much as men, and the men were making more, Republicans voted as a bloc against the Equal Pay for Equal Work for Women Act. And then also in 2012, when you had the Violence Against Women Act come up for reauthorization, you guessed it, Republicans voted against it. And now today, states are completely banned abortions and your right to have a choice over your own body. And state after state, they're coming up with laws to try and completely ban contraceptives and birth control. And now I'm no lady, obviously, but I know that contraceptives also play other roles in your own health care that doesn't have to exactly do with pregnancy, right? There's other issues that you ladies have on why you need to have contraceptives, and they're trying to take that away from you. They're trying to completely fucking ban it. So with that being said, I ask you again, why the fuck do you vote Republican? You're never going to be seen as an equal. You're always going to be less than. Just get in the fucking kitchen and make a sandwich, and don't forget to smile.
It's messed up, isn't it? I can shed some light. So I was raised conservative. I was raised in a conservative town, in a conservative family. And now what I know about myself and my upbringing and why I believe what I believed growing up is completely mind-blowing. I've done a lot of deconstructing. So as white women especially, most conservative women are white. And we grew up in close proximity to the power structure. We grew up around white men. So our entire lives, whether we realized it or not, we were living a life to appease and be approved of and be loved by white men, our fathers, our brothers, boys in our towns, just anything throughout our whole lives, our bosses. And in order to be safe, whether that's physically, emotionally, mentally, we had to essentially dissolve our identities into the men in our lives. That's why a lot of women have fawn responses. This is why we people please. This is why we don't like each other. White women don't like each other because we're competing for jobs. We're competing for men, we're competing for attention, we're competing with each other. We don't have a sense of community because we have no idea who we are. And the women who do speak out are labeled raging feminists, or there's the racial tropes of the angry black woman or the angry Latino woman, because these women are strong and they have opinions and they don't have that experience that a white woman does, where we are safe in proximity to whiteness when we behave and when we are essentially chameleons to the people around us. And a lot of this isn't always conscious. A lot of it's not necessarily that you have to be in a conventionally abusive home to have experienced this. It's perpetuating cycles of abuse and cycles of supremacy and cycles and upholding the patriarchy. And in turn, white women tend to raise our oppressors. It's no surprise that a lot of women feel a very special bond with their son, especially if he's firstborn. So when white women don't start deconstructing their whiteness, we become more and more damaging and more toxic, and we vote against our own self-interests, and we continue to perpetuate and uphold the patriarchy and white supremacy. We as white women have so much work to do. And I hope, I have over 70% of my followers are women in the US, and I hope there's a lot of women that are right-leaning or saw this video and are starting to think. Deconstructing can be the key to healing ourselves, healing our relationships, healing our community, and literally healing the world.
So this is all I got from this video, and you all already know Crystal Black. She is very good when it comes to reading. She does it effortlessly great. Shout out to you, Crystal Black. And the truth is that we all are going to really be shocked or in shock. Okay, I think Black people will not be. It might be people that look, I mean, like Black, should I say Africans, like, that probably do not know a lot about them that will be shocked, right? Yeah, saying that they will be shocked is like, probably not, yeah, they won't, Black people will not be in shock, sincerely speaking. If, like, if they decided or they decide to like open some of the votes that the people that are online that has been telling you that they stand with Black women, they stand for this, they stand for women body, they stand for women, but in all those people, they decide to show you the people they voted for, you probably might be subbing. And also some of the minorities that are going through it that are also saying that, man, it's time for us to make a change, or everybody is also calling calling for everyone to like sit up, let's make a change. Because if we make a mistake or there is a mistake, right? You all like it's really not going to be funny, like it's really going to be very bad, right? The truth is that so many of them are still going to not vote for the person you all are going to vote, right? Because like I have said before, it is already in some people's DNA, right, to give away their birthright or sell away their birthright, right? And come back in the end to start screaming or shouting or saying that, can you people say the democracy, or you all said it and I did not listen. Some people are really very good at voting against their own interest and come back to look at you like, it happened that way. Can we wait for the next how many years to correct it? So many people are on this table. So many people, including some of those your influencers, including some of those your favorite content creators. That's why I have removed my mind when it comes to allies or people coming out online to like tell you that I am. No, not until like there are proofs or there is proof that this is who you voted for. And sincerely speaking, I really do not understand how some people are seeing and watching that this thing they are doing will get them in trouble, especially seeing like Project 2025 and the things that are in Project 2025. It is only somebody that have not seen what Project 2025 is all about, or someone that haven't really seen or heard what they are up to, especially their policy and all that, would still choose to vote for the person. But reality is that everybody, even the people that come out here to tell you that they are voting for this person, will still not come out to vote for Kamala Harris, or they will come out to vote. I don't understand. Like what I'm trying to say is that do not trust anybody, do not believe in anybody, and all of that. They have been doing this thing for years, and if they still do it this time around, I am not sure I would be surprised and all of that. And for the slavery and all that, those that come out to say they don't see color, you all see color. And this is one of the problems I have with some people. I've been saying it. Coming out to tell me that you don't see color is a huge lie. You absolutely see color. You know when you are wearing green shirt, red skirt, and all that. You know when the traffic light is red and all that. You know when to move and when not to. You absolutely see color. Enough of people coming to say, I don't see color, or trying to tell me that I have black friends, or also trying to tell me that my dog is black. How can I be raised to be cis? Oh my goodness. Or somebody coming out to tell me I love animals. I am a Christian. believe in the word of God, so I cannot be Ronald, Ronald, because those are really the core. I like the people that are to the core. I mean, this is all I've got to say. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.